Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here, and I've got another video looking at fertilizer. I know I've done quite a few of them lately, but this one I think is really, really cool because what I want to do is look at the difference whenever you're planting versus if you do it after. All right. So, why is this important? Well, because this piece of equipment right here goes a lot faster than your planter does. The planter's like 9 miles an hour. This bad boy right here is like 20 miles an hour. And they're the exact same width. They're both 120 feet. So, it's going to put down the exact same width of fertilizer. But, this one's a lot quicker. So I'm pretty sure this one is going to be the moneymaker right here. And if it is, why do you need to fertilize whenever you're seeding or planting? I don't know. Maybe so you can only make one pass instead of having to do two. But that's what we're going to find out here today. So I know I've been doing a lot of these, and a lot of people have been asking questions about it and giving me opinions and everything like that. And I'm not saying every single one of these videos is for you. I'm just kind of testing some stuff out. I got questions, right? So let's see if we can find some answers. How am I doing this test? Let's see. Come over here. And I've got 6 and 12 both combined together. If I look here at the nitrogen levels, they are off. I'm not worried about going from 0 up. I'm not worried about how much per acre. I'm just looking about the two differences. All right, how much is that going to be? So what I'm going to look at is here on the economic analysis. I can see that all of my values are 0 on field number 12 and 0 on field number 6. What I'm going to be looking at is liquid fertilizer only. All right. We already know fuel is not a big deal. So I'm just going to be looking at the amount of liquid fertilizer that it takes on these two fields for each operation. So first thing we're going to do, put a worker here in this nice tractor. I've got some awesome tanks here on the front and the sides. Got a little fertilizer in there too. We're not going to run out. I can promise you that. We are not going to run out. So we're going to get a worker, let them go. We'll look at the values at the end, and then we'll reset. I will plant the field with a different planter that does not fertilize, and then we'll come back and spray. I've got this guy sitting right here. That way I can get it in the exact same spot. So as you can see, we are lined up right here at the same spot. Okay, so I'm starting on the exact same spot here on my arm, so that I'm down at the end. It kind of gets off a little bit, and I want to make sure that I'm going to be getting exactly the same amount of coverage. So that's yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's go ahead, jump in here. There we go. We are going to go ahead and fire this bad boy up, and look at these awesome pieces of equipment here. I mean, 120 feet wide. This is the biggest planter in game right now, and the biggest sprayer. I mean, I think biggest sprayer. Yeah, 120 feet on console at least. Yeah. So, absolutely beautiful. I know I'm not using a Deere tractor. I didn't have one loaded in. I had this one loaded in. It's going to be all right. So, let's go ahead and hit the worker right now. So there we go. So it's dropping down. As you guys can see, our values for corn and for fertilizer are dropping, and we're working at 9 miles an hour. So if I turn on the mini map here, you guys should be able to see that the fertilizer is going in the ground. Let it turn on here in a second. There we go. So it's getting fertilizer. We're doing good. I'll see you guys at the end. Well, everybody, we got done, and we didn't run out of fertilizer, but we just about ran out of seeds. That's a lot of seed. All right, so as you can see, we have 58.26 left. Plenty of fertilizer here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the data really quick, just to confirm exactly how much was used. So if we jump into the menu right here, for field number 12, you can see that we used 628 liters of liquid fertilizer. All right. And here on field 6, we used 807 liters of liquid fertilizer. So if you put that all together, That's 1,435 liters. 1435. Now, once again, I'm not worried about what it looks like. Everything is where it's supposed to be, and I'll show you right here. We've got 200, we have 160, we have some 120, and then the rest of it down there is where it was over a little bit from before. So if you remember, these areas here looked like that from before. So once again, 200, 160, 120, and those match up perfectly to the different soil types. I will show you those soil types here again, right here. And that's exactly where it needs to be. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to reset. I'm going to plant corn, and then we're going to come back and fertilize after. And we're going to see which one uses less. I'll see you guys whenever I'm setting up for spraying. All right, everybody, we got all the planting done. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like here. As you can see, we planted corn again. So it's going to be the exact same crop as what we just planted. And now let's go ahead and take a look here at the precision farming. So you can see right here, if I pull up my values, my economic analysis values, I don't have any values in there at all on either field, 6 or 12. You can also see if I come across here to nitrogen, it's back to where it was. And this is what I was talking about on the very first test that we did, the first half of this. You could see some darker green right in there, and that's because it's already there. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't take any of the nitrogen out, so that's why that is there, and that's why you saw that anomaly on the first one. So what we are going to do now is we're going to get out of here, and we're going to go ahead and put a worker in here. Let me go ahead and show you guys right here. We are hanging over just a little bit, same as we were on the planter. I just pulled straight forward is what I did. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get up in here, and we're going to hire a worker. So we have plenty. I hope we have plenty anyway. The last test took 1,435 liters. We have 4,700 in here right now. I don't think it's going to take near that much. That would be like 3 times the amount this would take to be able to run out. So I think we're absolutely good. So let's go ahead and you know what I think is going to happen is I think this is going to use less. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way right now. I think this is going to use less by quite a bit, because the planter was only 9 miles an hour and this is 20 miles an hour, I believe. Let's go and hire the worker and find out exactly. So this guy is going to get up to 21 miles an hour. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to let this guy do his work, and I'll see you guys over at the finish. All right, everybody, so we got the entire field done, and I went ahead and peeked at the values, and man, you guys are going to be shocked. You are going to be absolutely shocked at how much this used. So, are we ready? Let's go ahead and jump over here to the menu really quick. The first thing I want to go over is looking at the nitrogen levels. As you guys can see, we have 200, we have 160, and we have 120, just like we had before. Now, we got some additional way out on the outliers, and I'm not sure exactly why those are there. I really honestly have no idea why we're seeing like the 160 or the 180. I think part of it could be that it's just trying to pick up a little bit on the outside edge also, but it's not a whole lot, so I'm not too worried about it that it threw off our numbers this much. And whenever you see the numbers, you'll understand why I say that. So nitrogen looks good. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the values. Are you guys ready for this? All right, so let's remember that the first test we used 1,435 liters. All right, are you ready? Field number 12. Somehow we used 1,656 liters. I don't know how. Honestly, I thought that faster speed meant less nitrogen. Now, it could be the difference between spraying it and applying it when it's being seeded or planted. That could be the determining factor here. So it's really, really interesting. But, I mean, we used 1,656 liters on this field. And this field here, we used 2,149 liters. I have no idea. Absolutely none. It didn't slow down. It was going the same speed the whole time. I mean, that's a total of 3,805 liters. That's almost 3 times as much. Okay? Now, the interesting thing, this one goes 21 miles an hour, and the planter goes 9. So I don't know. There might be some relationship there because maybe the modder put it in here. Well, since it's going faster, we need to up the rate. I don't know. I don't quite get it. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab this same sprayer that we used during the last test. It's 18 meters wide, which means it's almost exactly half of this one. But I'm just curious if all sprayers use the same rate. We know that it's slower, so it's just really, really interesting. I want to go ahead and do one more layer on top of this test just to find out because this is the fastest sprayer that we have. Maybe other than the Big Brute. I'm not sure exactly how fast that one goes, but I've got this other sprayer. It's a base game. I want to throw it in here and see how much it's going to use. So let's reset. All right, we got a pretty good collection of colors going on here, everybody. I mean, we got some green, yellow, red. This is awesome. So we grabbed this one. It's the exact same one that we did on the other test, the Convertland B18. It is 18 meters wide. As you can see, it's right there on the edge, same as the other, but it's right to about the middle of the vehicle. So not quite. But yeah, it says that it's 18 meters in the store. So that's the width that we're going to get here. What I need to do first is go ahead and move this one out of the way. That way, whenever we get around to this swing, we are not going to be in the way. So, there we go. All right. So, next, what I want to show you is all the values. Okay. So, we're going to come over here to the map. As you guys can see, all the nitrogen is exactly the same as what it was last time. If we hit our economic analysis, you can see that there is nothing going on here at all. Everything is at 0. So what we're going to do is put the worker in it, run the test, and I'll check at the end. And what this is going to do is be able to tell me if all the sprayers use the same rate. And what we did last time, and I know that we've done this test, okay? We did the 28 meter and the 18 meter versions of this exact piece of equipment right here. But I'm just curious to know if that sprayer, the big John Deere over there, is going to have the same rate as this one. Okay? That's a test that I didn't do yet. And we had somebody mention it. Hey, test all the different pieces and see, what the difference is. And when I started looking at ModHub, there were dozens of different pieces of equipment I was going to need to test with all the different widths and everything like that. So I was like, I don't know. But this one here, since we already know this one, right, is the same between the two different widths and the same rate, I think it's a good one to use. We already established this is a standard, right? It's base game also. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'm hoping to see here is that this rate is exactly the same as that sprayer over there. And if it is, then it confirms our test that we were trying to get in the first place, all right? And we'll go over that at the end. But the test is to see which one uses more, right? So if this piece here uses the same as the John Deere, then that is the confirmed test. If this piece doesn't use the same as that John Deere over there, then I might want to go grab another mod and see if the mods themselves are unique or if this piece right here is unique. So we might have some more testing. I'm not sure. Let's get this one started though. All right, so I just about messed up there. Yeah, we got crops in the field. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. You guys can see that we do have corn in the field. All right, and on precision farming, everything is good there. What we're going to do now is come back over here, and we are going to reset all of our values. There's that one. There's that one. All right, everything is perfect. We have crops in the ground. Let's go ahead and turn this on. We're going to get this worker going. So here we go. So as you can see, 7 miles an hour is the fastest that this thing is going to go. So we got plenty of fertilizer, I'm hoping. And yeah, I'll see you guys over on the other side. All right, everybody, we got everything fertilized here. And it took a little bit longer than I expected, and the crops actually started to come up. So it didn't bother it at all, didn't affect the fertilizer, anything at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map here really quick, and I can show you guys how everything looks. So here we are looking at the precision farming tab, and you can see the nitrogen. If we come here to 200, you can see that gets knocked out, the 160 and the 120. So everything did what it was supposed to do. We are perfectly good to go here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our economic analysis is here for field 12. And as you can see, we used 1602 on this field. Well, that's interesting because that's very, very close to what the other sprayer was. Now here on field number 6, it's going to be 1984. Once again, very, very close to this total. So that's going to be 3,586. Man, this is really, really interesting because the other John Deere was 3805 and this is 3586. So it's within 220 liters of each other. I mean, when you're talking 3,600 liters and 3,800 liters, I mean, 220 isn't that much. So I consider those pretty well the same, right? Um, it's just whenever I fertilized myself or fertilized at seeding, it was only 1435, which is very, very unique. So I think this proves that you need to fertilize when you seed. Um, I don't see the need to come back and spray later if you're worried about saving money, right? I mean, on this big field, okay, it was roughly 2,000, maybe 2,200 liters less. Um, it's not a lot of cost, but it is cost. If you're playing on hard mode, right, or something like that, then I wouldn't want to come back and spray later. Plus, you're running more fuel, you're running more worker time. I mean, you just need to do it when you do it. Now, the other thing that I can do to really, really test this out is to get other pieces of equipment and see if it's exactly the same. I'm not going to do that in this video, though. I feel like this video shows this. The DB20 or the DB120 is good, right? But I may follow up and do some base game planters that fertilize also at the same time and see how well it matches up to this. Thank you for stopping in, checking it out. Like I said, I know I've been releasing a lot of fertilizer stuff, but it's kind of a topic that I'm really got a lot of questions about, right? With precision farming, how does fertilizer truly work, right? Can you get some more advantages going on? And I think that we may have found an advantage, not so much that we all knew about it. It's just we were kind of playing that way anyway, right? And it just proves that, yes, that is the way to go. So yeah, that's going to be it. If you enjoyed the video, go and give me a thumbs up if you would. If you want to be kept up to date on all my latest testing videos like this one right here, think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you do, hit the notification bell too. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53, signing off.